One of the most common questions I get is from parents who have children with special needs, could be anything from autism or genetic issues, and let's even count ADHD in here. And they'll ask about, how do I help this child eat cleaner or have a better diet or deal with their list of health issues? So let's look at these conditions, and while they're all different, there are some commonalities. Something that I've seen in my 20 years working with families and kids in the health field is that virtually all of them will have gut issues. And this goes if you have ADHD, anxiety, depression, autism, a whole host of the actual genetic mutation issues. Almost all have gut issues. Now, am I saying that the gut is driving the whole problem and you fix that, you can cure autism? No, of course not. But have I seen a lot of amazing changes in kids with all kinds of special needs and health issues like this when you heal the gut? Yes, sometimes small, sometimes dramatic. But in my opinion, the gut is the base of most chronic health issues anyway. So by healing that, you're going to help whatever other issues they've got. Now again, there's some truly genetic mutations, which is less than a couple % of all health issues. No matter what you do, they're still going to have that problem. Let's look at Down syndrome, for example. You can't do anything about changing the fact that someone has Down syndrome. There was a genetic malfunction when that fetus was developing. But look at all people with Down syndrome. There's different health levels. Some are still very healthy and functioning very highly. Some have a whole host of health issues and severe allergies and things like that. So I would be very hard pushed to believe someone if they said you can't change the health of those people by clearing up the gut and clearing up any underlying chronic issues, which we'll get to in a minute. So I think no matter what, if you're the parent of a child with any kind of chronic health issue, but especially if you're more in that special needs category, you first have to go to the gut and deal with the leaky gut that's inevitably going to be there. Now that's going to be something that in a perfect world, you can change through diet, and you can change through taking the right supplement protocols to wipe out any underlying parasites, which are going to be very commonly found in these cases. Maybe there's some mold or Lyme disease bacteria, or maybe they're very, very positive on the MTHFR gene mutations as well, and now their body can't get rid of heavy metals, environmental toxins. So sounds nice and easy on the surface, because if we had an adult with these chronic health issues, that's all the things we would do. But every parent watching this is saying, yeah, but it's hard enough to get kids to take tablets and eat healthy when they're so-called healthy anyway and not dealing with other things. When you have a child who's got autism or severe ADHD or anything else like that, good luck trying to get them to eat a particular way and swallow certain supplements. I get it. I have a very healthy 6.5-year-old, and I even struggle to get her to eat how I would love her to eat. I wish she would eat more carnivore style, more eggs, more organ meat, but this child is addicted to carbs. So the best battle I can do is get some meats in there while making sure she's eating lectin-free carbs. So when you're dealing with this on a special needs level, yes, I understand it is that much harder, but this is a battle that's going to be worth fighting. So what can you do? First of all, if they're addicted to carbs and addicted to sugar, then you know there's going to be parasites, candida, fungal issues, all sorts of that kind of stuff going on. So instead of trying to fight with this carb piece, because at first you're not going to get them off that, let's move to lectin-free style carbs or less lectins. Like for example, going chickpeas instead of straight wheat pasta, like a chickpea-based pasta, a spinach-based pasta, that's going to help. Now again, I know there's going to be some people watching this saying, well, spinach is high in oxalates, that's bad for the kidneys. Yes, that's true, but we have to take step-by-step movements here. So if you can't get them off the carbs, let's get less lectins in their body. And if you don't know what lectins are, watch some of my other videos on that. But essentially, they're plant defense chemicals that some plants release because they don't want to be eaten, and they make whatever eats them sick. And there's a lot of plants, including wheat, that are very high in lectins, and they are tearing up the gut in all of us who eat them, but especially so in kids who already have a lot of leaky gut issues. So we need to avoid as much sugar as possible. Absolutely need to avoid all the food chemicals and additives and food dyes and artificial sweeteners and things like that. If you have a child with ADHD, then you'll know what happens when they come home from a party where they had a cake with food coloring or food dye in it. They're bouncing off the walls. So we've got to cut down on those. If they need sugar, try and get them eating fruit and organic honey, because that's going to help a lot. We want to, like I said, switch out a lot of these lectin foods, get them off the wheat and the grains, at least go to something like chickpea or a spinach-based pasta or something like that. If they must eat bread, there is a brand called Base Culture, which is lectin-free bread, or at the very least do sourdough, because the fermented bread does knock out some of the lectins. The problem is all the wheat that's being used in that sourdough is still doused very heavily in glyphosate and other herbicides. And a lot of these kids are probably struggling to move those toxins out because it seems that there's a lot of correlation with a high MTHFR genetic mutation, and then people who struggle to move metals and toxins because of that, who then get a lot of these ADHD, autism, inflamed brain kind of issues when they're young and developing, and now this cycle continues on. So then you have to find a way to get some good quality fats in there to help their brain and help their gut. Hey, Dr. Rodney here. If you want to get my free PDF, 5 Hacks for Boosting Your Immune System, just go into the description of this video, click on the link, download it, and if you have any questions on it, just send me a message and I'll help you out with it. Bone broth is going to be great for the gut, and they're either getting omega-3s through fish oils or coconut oil. Cooking in grass-fed butter and tallow and lard is going to help their brain. If you can get them eating grass-fed meat, especially fattier meats, that's going to help a lot. Fish, if they'll do it, but you've got to be very careful. It's not bigger fish and not too much fish, because we don't want too much mercury, because they're probably already struggling with that. So again, you're probably watching this going, yeah, this is the whole thing. You mentioned one good thing, but then we have to be careful of that. I know, I get it. I know it's frustrating, but these are all the little steps we've got to take. Vitamin D and the omega-3 supplements definitely going to help with that brain as well. Magnesium is going to be crucial, probably some melatonin to make sure they're sleeping really well, and it's going to help their immune system. You've got to keep their immune system functioning as strong as possible, because the leaky gut and all the other issues that are there are probably leading to a weakened immune system. We definitely need them doing some exercise physically and brain exercise. Get them lifting weights, because that's going to help boost their immune system if they can, depending on their genetic issue. And when it comes to the supplements, if they're not old enough yet to swallow them, then you've either got to get liquid or you've got to bust open the capsule, pour it into some kind of juice. And again, people say, well, don't give them orange juice, it's sugary. Again, yes, I get it, but I would much prefer my child get those supplements in that's going to help open their drainage pathways and strengthen their immune system and do all those kind of things, and get some natural orange juice or pineapple juice and get that natural sugar, than not get those supplements in while you're trying to avoid sugar. So to me, it's a little bit of a hodgepodge, and I know I've jumped around a bit there, but I wanted to make sure I covered enough things for you to get started immediately. So again, let's look at it from the base. You must do what you can to heal the gut, which means stopping things that are going to damage the gut and stopping things that are going to keep inflaming their body, inflaming their immune system, and inflaming their brain. Then through foods and supplements, we want to slowly start moving them further towards stuff that's going to help. I didn't mention eggs in there. Eggs are going to be crucial as well, and unless they have an egg allergy. And then we've got to get some supplements in that are going to open drainage pathways, wipe out parasites. To me, Cellcore has the best supplements of all of them for that kind of stuff. I would definitely go there immediately. Then some good quality omega-3s, vitamin D, and the good oils and fats. So MCT oil's huge, extra virgin olive oil, but don't heat those, just use them cold. Then cooking in butter, tallow or lard, the animal fats are going to be great for their brain and their gut. Some bone broth if they'll eat it. And then if they're not going to eat meat or especially organs, then you can use organ supplements. See, there's so many things you can do. The hard bit is when they're too young to swallow tablets, or if they never get that far, depending on what their special need problem is. But you have to find a way to get that stuff into their body, and that's the best way you're going to help them, because it's going to heal the gut, going to open the liver and gallbladder pathways. We've got to keep them pooping multiple times a day as well. That's going to be one of their best detox pathways. We've got to keep the stools moving. So if they're constipated, it's going to be a combination of the food they're eating and because their drainage pathways are so blocked up. So I might do another video on this just to break down each part of it. So watch out for that if you are a parent of have a special needs child and you've made it this far, I promise I'll do some more easier to follow videos. I just wanted to try and hit everything in one catch-all video for you. And if this has been useful and you've made it this far, then I definitely think you should hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to do a lot more, like I said, of these videos, and I don't want you to miss out on them.